G'day.
G'day, legends.
2/3 of the knackers here tonight. Third one, don't know. I think he's in Perth at the moment.
He's gallivanting around.
Around the country with his boss, apparently. Yeah. But our boss is heavy metal.
It is.
And it's Monday Night Metal, episode 2.
It is.
And tonight we're talking about a subject that's very close, physically and what's the other one? Figuratively, to our hearts. Living just about 1 kilometre from the infamous Largs Pier Hotel. Right
and the
here.
Port Adelaide area.
And Port Adelaide area.
Sandwiched in between, mind you.
Sandwiched in between. Good part of the world. We're here to talk about the band with 4 letters in the name. And those 4 letters are AC/DC.
What can you tell us about this album, Jase?
Oh, mate. This is a live record.
Yep, it is.
The majority of the songs, I believe, because there was a movie that went with it. And the majority... There was. It's called Let There Be Rock. And I think the movie was shot in Paris. And...
Gay Paris.
In Gay Paris. Bon would have loved that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what Jase and me were saying earlier is that a lot of people think, because we live in Australia, especially Australians, think AC/DC was this huge... International
act.
Arena band. But when they recorded this, which was in,
Glasgow.
the late 70s...
It's in Glasgow, wasn't it?
Paris...
This one?
Yeah, this one. Okay. The majority of the recordings come from Paris. Right. They were playing to like 1,000, 1,500 people a night. They hadn't really broken through. But of course, in Australia, we view them as being like the number one band, like Led Zeppelin, sort of.
Pretty fucking iconic.
They are. So. And every kid, in Australia grew up listening to these records. As far as Aussie records go, everyone had this on a cassette in their car. This was the live record, right?
I remember I picked this up in a flea market in Frome Street.
There you go.
When I was about, 12, 13. And I played the shit out of it.
That's right.
Absolute shit out of it.
That's right.
Had a really good home stereo at the time, thanks to Mum and partner. And I had some nice Sennheiser phone headphones, and mate, I turned this thing up to 10 and probably did most of my hearing damage.
Yeah.
Done in the first, informative years.
Yeah.
And but it was worth it because this is probably one of the most, for me, probably one of the most significant live albums I've heard. It
really is. Probably up there with Made in Japan and Live After Death.
Yep.
Right?
And Kiss Alive too,
and,
for me.
No Sleep Till Hammersmith. But
and
we
No
will
Sleep
get to that when we get to the further along the alphabet.
It's got the energy.
It has. It is live.
Bon in full flight.
Well, there you go.
Absolute full flight. And Angus.
At the height of their powers, right?
Angus ripping the shit out of it.
And, there's the age-old debate. I mean, it is, is it Bon or Brian?
Well,
they're 2 different bands, I think. It's fair to say.
Yeah, 2 different sides of the camp. Bon had the swagger.
He had the swagger.
And he had the lip. He had everything going on.
He was, surely in the top 10 frontmen of all time, right?
Yeah, and he was just so unassuming as well. Like
he was loved. I mean, you still talk to people where we live, and they're always on him. I knew Bon, and he was lovely. He was always buying everyone drinks.
His name does come up, especially in Fremantle. I've gone and seen the statue in Fremantle and spoken to people over there. And
there you go.
At the is it Little Bang Brewery? No, not Little Bang. That's South Australia. What's the other one? Now I can't think of it. But when I was over there touring with Lemmy Forever, we stopped at the big brewery there, and there were people still hanging out by the bronze bloody Bon Scott statue.
He would have loved
Fremantle.
that.
Yeah.
He would have loved that he had a statue with him.
And he deserves one too.
He deserves one. Also, on this album, musically, it has got the definitive version of Let There Be Rock.
Yes.
They've re-recorded it many times live over the years, but this is the definitive version.
Absolutely.
I think any rock and roll, any rock and roll band that tells you they don't like AC/DC is a fucking liar. They're one of the greatest bands of all time and one of the greatest live acts of all time. And in Australia, when you come out the womb, you are born knowing how these songs go, right?
Yeah.
So you know, if you haven't got this record, like, what would George say if he was here? Do yourself a favour.
Do yourself a favour. Go out and grab it.
Go grab it.
You probably won't get it for $8 at a flea market.
No, it's
anymore.
$400 now on this one, right?
But wherever you can find it, obviously listen to it. It's great to have a vinyl copy. I've got one myself too. And mine, quite like this, has got the wear marks from being in and out so many fucking times. That's right, in and out like a robber's dog, mate. That's right.
So we are 2/3 of Nakatomi Plaza. This is Monday Night Metal. This is AC/DC.
If you want
blood,
you've got it. Woo!